idiosyncratic elements that we should be thinking about as it pertains to Ethereum in the meantime?
Well, Ethereum kind of has several ways that it establishes a floor. One is that the value of all the assets locked onto the blockchain, and that number is growing. But historically, Ethereum bottoms when that ratio is about 50%. So I'd say we're pretty close to that level. That's why I think Ethereum probably is bottoming this week. But the other way to look at Ethereum is really its price ratio or even its network value. This number is 0.032. The long-term average, like the 8-year average, if we were just to trade to that 8-year average, would put Ethereum at around 12,000. So I think Ethereum is undervalued because, number one, the story is gaining relative to Bitcoin this year. But two, we're getting this sort of intrinsic floor because of the value that the assets locked onto the Ethereum blockchain.
Bitcoin sell-off, that's intensifying as well. Mackenzie Segal is tracking that action for us. Hey, Mac.
Hey, Scott. So Bitcoin breaking below 92K, down more than 27% since hitting its latest all-time high last month. Institutional buying, once a critical source of support propping up Bitcoin's price floor, it's not there. Those spot ETFs just saw their worst week of outflows since February. RBC pointing out that Bitcoin isn't a safe haven during market sell-offs. Instead, it's been moving in lockstep with the S&P 500. And Scott, crypto-pegged equities also taking it on the chin in trade today. Digital asset exchanges, Coinbase, Bullish, and Robinhood all plunging lower, along with those digital asset treasury names like Tomlee's, Bitmine Immersion, and Strategy. That was really the big trade of the summer, and retail has gotten burned as these names remain in sell-off mode. Add in forced liquidations, shallow liquidity, and the fact that neither retail nor institutions are buying the dip. That's part of why we're seeing Bitcoin continue to fall today.
Yeah, pretty nasty looking chart.
So it's people like that, like Tommy Lee, that get you hurt, right? Thinking that we've bottomed this week, that we're going to bottom. Nobody knows when it's going to bottom. I mean, it's just ludicrous. Right now, the sentiment is so bad, there's no bottom. There's no bottom right now. It's nice, 91, getting back to 91K. Who would have thought that we'd be happy with that? But we hit 89, so that's good. $2.18 Ethereum. If you like what you hear, subscribe, my brothers and sisters. Subscribe. So market's red, don't look for a bottom. I mean, I think, look, I wouldn't be selling certain things if I thought we were bottoming, right? I would have rather sold at much, much higher. But at some point, you got to take money off the table. Look at Chainlink at $13. It's amazing. Some of these prices, I mean, they're, Avalanche, $14.55. Just to get back where they were. Think of what it has to do. It has to more than triple. And some of these have to go 100x, or that's not going to happen in a timely fashion. That's not going to happen even if Bitcoin gets back to 125,000. So you got to start thinking of those things. I know many of you are. It's very frustrating, but more money is going to come out. And the ETFs have really started, but once they really get going, if they really get going, that's going to be rough. So really assess what you need to do in this market. I know I keep saying this, but some people haven't seen this video. Subscribe if you want, comment. I'm here to help. You're not alone in this, right? If you're struggling, you're not, everyone in crypto is struggling. I don't care how good they say they are. I don't care. They're